Another day, another story. If you were to spend a day with a beggar, it could be a humbling and eye-opening experience. Here is an example of what your day might look like. You wake up early in the morning and head out to the streets where the beggar usually begs for money. You find the beggar sitting on a street corner, holding out a cup and asking for spare change. You approach the beggar and introduce yourself. The beggar might be hesitant at first, but once they see that you are genuine and not there to harm them, they may open up to you. You might ask the beggar how they ended up on the streets, how they survive day to day, and what their biggest challenges are. As you talk to the beggar, you might realize that they have a story to tell. They may have lost their job or home due to circumstances beyond their control, or they may have struggled with addiction or mental health issues. Whatever the reason, they are now living on the streets and struggling to survive. Throughout the day, you might accompany the beggar as they go about their daily routine. You might help them collect cans and bottles to recycle, or you might buy them a meal or a hot drink. You might also spend time just talking with them and listening to their experiences. As the day goes on, you might start to see things from the beggar's perspective. You might notice how people walk by without even acknowledging the beggar's existence, or how some people are cruel or dismissive towards them. You might also see how the beggar is often invisible to society, and how difficult it can be for them to get the help they need. At the end of the day, you might say goodbye to the beggar and go home, but the experience will likely stay with you. You might feel grateful for the things you have in your life, and more aware of the struggles that many people face on a daily basis. You might also feel a sense of compassion and empathy towards those who are less fortunate, and a desire to make a positive difference in the world. The life of a beggar can be incredibly difficult and challenging. Begging is often seen as a last resort, and many people turn to begging only when they have exhausted all other options. Here are some key aspects of beggar life. Lack of basic needs. Beggars often lack access to basic needs like food, shelter, and medical care. They may not have a place to sleep or bathe, and they may go days without a proper meal. This can lead to malnutrition, illness, and a weakened immune system. Exposure to weather. Beggars often spend long hours outside, exposed to the elements. This can mean enduring extreme temperatures, rain, snow, or wind. This can have a significant impact on their health and well-being. Social isolation. Beggars are often marginalized and excluded from society. They may feel invisible, ignored, or stigmatized. This can lead to feelings of loneliness, depression, and despair. Lack of safety. Beggars are often vulnerable to violence, abuse, and exploitation. They may be targets of robbery or assault, or they may be forced to beg by someone else who takes a portion of their earnings. Lack of opportunity. Beggars often lack access to education, job training, and other opportunities that could help them improve their situation. This can create a cycle of poverty and dependence that is difficult to break. Despite these challenges, many beggars exhibit incredible resilience and resourcefulness. They may form supportive communities with other beggars, or find creative ways to make money and survive. However, it is important to remember that begging is not a sustainable or desirable way of life, and that people should be provided with the resources and support they need to live with dignity and independence.